Gotta put the ash on, man. Y'all know how I'm coming every episode. Cause y'all know who the I am. I need to get a chain that says Real Cash Talk or RKT. Feel me? It's your girl Ash Cash, and you are watching Real Cash Talk. Money all around me. I look like I'm the man. Yeah, but I was counting up like last week. Tell me what have you. But what up, y'all? It's your girl Ash Cash, man. And I just want to say thank y'all for, watching, liking, commenting, subscribing. I really appreciate it. I see a lot of engagement that I haven't seen in previous seasons, and I really, really, really appreciate that, man. But yeah, here we are, episode 5. Episode 5? Here we are, man. As you can see, I'm solo dolo today. I was supposed to have a guest, but things happen. I'll speak on that later. But it's still going to be a good episode. We still going to get things rocking and rolling. As y'all can see, this episode is about that Mary Jane. Mary. That Mary Jane, that Mary Joanna, man. We about to get right into it. So please, again, make sure y'all comment, like, and subscribe. All that. And let's go. Like I said, I'm supposed to have a guest, but things didn't happen, and I already had things planned out, set out. But the show still must go on. Ash Cash still can keep the ball rolling and rocking. Because I didn't have a guest, I had to resort to other options. And I just want to shout out to people on my Finsta who helped me last minute to get this episode out. I asked them some questions about marijuana. I don't want to say the W word because YouTube is sensitive. But I asked them questions about marijuana, and they told me their thoughts on marijuana and their opinions and stuff. And we're gonna feed off that and talk about that and the things they said. So people that did comment, they kind of was all saying the same stuff. But to start it off, I'm going to read off the things that were said. Nothing wrong with the tree until it starts affecting your life, aka your money, your job, relationship, all that. Lately, doctors have linked IBS and other gastrointestinal, I think that's the word, I don't know, issues to smoking. I don't know what IBS is. I should have looked that up. But that's a good thought. Edibles over weed. Why weed anyway? Yeah, you know how I feel about that. People are addicted to being high, but not weed. Weed is our generation crack. People show addictive tendencies. Why do you always have to smoke before you do something? People use weed as an excuse for them to smoke it because they say they are coping. They don't use it for therapy. People are in denial that they're addicted to weed. It's kind of crazy, but I think I'm going to be 70 still smoking. I can admit that I am addicted, and I respect that. If people say they don't smoke, just leave them the fuck alone, period. If you can't afford it, you don't need it. Don't be a crackhead. Weed is not the end all to be all. Please, y'all, we have to do better. Weed is very addictive no matter what people say. They like being high, and weed gets them high. If they can't have that, they feel like they have nothing. If it gets to a point where you're going broke just for weed, please reevaluate your life and yourself, babe. So, I'm a firm believer on 2 things can be true, or more than 1 thing can be true, and y'all know that. I'm a firm believer, 2 rights, 2 wrongs, all that. So, when it comes to weed, how do I start this? So when it comes to marijuana, I'm just going to say Mary Jane. How do I even want to get this out? I can admit I do smoke, but I'm not a smoker. I guess you could say I smoke on occasions. I'm an occasional smoker. Was there a time where I was smoking a lot? Yeah, definitely. But I grew out of that. That's not me anymore. Um, but I'm on the edible train. I love edibles. It was probably a year or two ago. I would probably was addicted to edibles. I was doing them every single day. Every single day. Every day. If not every day, then every other day. But I was doing them. But I think I like the idea of being high. And I still do like the idea of being high. But I'm at a point in my life now where I don't need to take edibles every day. I don't need to smoke to have a good time. Well, I don't need to have edibles to have a good time. Plus, smoking, the edibles, that stuff makes you drowsy and ugh. But I think people are addicted to being high, but they're addicted to the weed. It's all to my eyes, it's all one whole thing. People are addicted. Like one of my people said, weed is this new generation's crack, and I 100% agree. The way people fiend over weed is insane to me. Like someone said, why do you feel like you have to smoke before you do everything or something? Yeah, people who smoke, why do y'all feel like y'all have to smoke to do every single thing? Oh, I'm about to go eat. Let me go smoke first. Why? You gonna be having the munchies after you done smoking anyway. Or they say, oh, I need to smoke before I eat so I can be hungry. What the fuck? Like, that's an issue. Oh, I'm about to go to church, let me smoke. I don't get it. I'm about to go to the water park, let me smoke. I don't get it. I do feel as though you don't need to be high to have a good time. You don't. You really don't. And I feel like if you do, then you just don't know how to have a good time without, being under substances. But I also feel like there is some instances where if you are high, it does make the experience to things different. I'm not going to say, me personally, I'm not going to say eating is going to make the experience different when you're high. Depending on the food, maybe. Depending on the location. Because if I'm out of town and I'm high and I go somewhere that I've never been before and this food probably busting, it's probably because I was just high. The food probably good, but it probably ain't that good. But then again, I don't need to be high to enjoy that. That's a choice. Being high is a choice. Getting high is a choice. Getting high is a choice. You sitting up here saying, I'm about to smoke this J to get high, that's a choice. You don't have to do that. You don't. I want y'all to know that. I respect the person that said they're going to be probably 70 and still smoking. I get it. It's addicting. Like, you got to look at people like Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg is up there. He's what, 50s? Maybe in the 60s. I don't know. But that nigga still smokes. How many times you been somewhere you seen old heads smoking? People are addicted to this stuff. And it's just like, I do feel like it does. Someone said nothing is wrong with tree. I slightly disagree to an extent because if it gets to a point where it is affecting you in different aspects of your life, then there's something wrong with tree. You can't say it's something wrong with the person. I mean, it is, but the fact that this product is out here and is making people act like this, then it's a problem. It's a problem. If you have to go broke just to smoke some weed or some Mary Jane, it's a problem. If you can't get a job because you keep failing a drug test, or because you coming to work high. What? Are y'all serious, bro? I think people who smoke every single day, I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing, but I want to say you need to give yourself a little break, a little tolerance. There's nothing wrong with tolerance. Like I said, I was addicted to edibles, and I was doing them every day. I'll go to sleep high, wake up still high. Go to sleep high, wake up still high. Every day. Then I started to realize that I'm being sluggish. I'm being, like the next day if I go to work, I'm still, a little high. I'm sluggish. I'm not, like I'm at work or, whatever the case may be. Even if it's like, I get high on a Friday night and I wake up Saturday. Sometimes it'll be cases where I'm still high all day. I don't want to be high all day. I don't want to be sluggish and I don't want to do that. I want to be alert sometimes or all the time. I want to be bushy eye, bright tail. Like I need stuff, what's going on. But I think it got to a point where now that weed is legal, or Mary Jane is legal, I get flagged. That thing is legal. I feel like it's easier to access now. Like someone said, it's our new generation crack. It's just there now. Like it's just so. It's easy to get, which I need to be careful because everything y'all smoking probably ain't what it is. But I think because it's so easy to get now, that's why it is the way it is in this generation. But y'all will be sitting up here lying if y'all don't sit up here and say weed does not affect brain cells, because it does. It does. Over time, weed affects your brain cells, and if you need to catch yourself, if you're acting a little slow, you're a little off, ask yourself why. Real shit. Ask yourself why. Ask yourself why. If you can't sit up here and admit that you were addicted, that you got a problem, got an issue, then there's no hope. There's no hope for you, and you're just gonna be addicted. And it might get to the point where you fall into harder drugs. Someone also asks, how do you feel about shrooms, psychedelics, LSD, acid? No, thank you. I might do a shroom or two. I can do some shrooms, but I'm not doing that other extra stuff. And that's only because everything ain't always what it is. Especially them drugs like that. Like, anybody could have laced that, or it could have been something else. Nah. When it comes to big, strong, like, perks and all that, you really gotta be careful. Shit, even gotta be careful with weed. Like, be careful who you buy your weed from, because y'all can be fiending so bad you end up smoking something that's not what it is, and now you in the hospital bed because you that pressed for some Mary Jane. Like, I promise you, if you can't go to an event, like what's an event? For example, a wedding. I feel like if you're having a good time at that wedding, why do you feel like you have to step off to go smoke? Just enjoy the reception, the wedding, and have fun. Like, you don't have to smoke for everything. Like, just be present in the moment and have a good time. But then people be like, but I have to smoke to have a good time. No, you don't. I mean, maybe you're just a boring person, like, outside of you not smoking. I think weed is going to either get worse, or the generation or the people. I just don't think it's going to be a good thing that comes from it. Because, like, people are really pressed for weed. And then you gotta think, like, people who smoke all the time, y'all lips getting black. Y'all okay with that? You just like... My whole thing is, I don't know how y'all could be okay with always having money for weed, but nothing else. Like, it's definitely a problem when you always got money for weed, nothing else. Or the first thing you do is hit up some weed. I'm gonna buy some weed. Like, when it be let's really be real. When it becomes shit like that, please evaluate your life. Especially at our big age, like at our big adult age, it's some things that just have to shift and change. Like. And I'm not saying stop smoking, but I'm saying to the aspect of really reevaluate yourself and look at your life and be like, okay, well, damn. Maybe I should stop smoking. Maybe I am a little slow. Maybe I do need a little tolerance break. And it's okay. It's okay to take a break and step back and come back to things. It's okay, man. I just personally don't like how... And first off, rewind. Why do y'all want to smoke when that shit stink? When you can just easily do an edible. People want to be high instantly. When you smoke, you high instantly. Edible takes, at least 30 minutes to an hour to kick in. And people be so pressed they want that high right now. See, the thing is that when you have the edible high, you high for a long time. You got that weed high, you high for 30 minutes. And then you got smoke again. Then you got smoke again. Y'all see the difference? And I'm not saying you should be doing edibles every single day or smoking every single day. I'm just saying, like, find a balance or just try something different, Like, I don't want to be around somebody. If somebody going to a nice little baby shower or something, and me and my friends, me and my friend about to go to a baby shower. Me and like 3 of my friends about to go to a baby shower. We in a car. Oh, let's smoke before we go. Why? So we could stink going to a baby shower around adults, older adults, like, you know, elders, and like, I don't. One thing I hate, bro, I hate when elders be doing that. You stink, or you been smoking. Like, cause like if I want to smoke and be free about it, that's when I want to do it. So the comfort of my own house and my own car on my own time, knowing that I'm not gonna be around people. You know, you feel me? And I don't think people take that into consideration too when you do smoke and go out in public areas or certain events. Like, y'all be stinking, bro. Like, y'all stink. And I feel like it's kind of disrespectful when you go to certain events and you're high or you smell like that. Certain events, I feel like you should not show up, or you shouldn't have to go out and, like, be respectful. Just wait. Just fucking wait, bro. Like, y'all be pressy. Y'all be pressy as hell. The tree ain't going nowhere. It's right there. And if you that pressed, just get an edible. That's what I'm saying. Just get an edible. Like, just get an edible. I'm trying to see, people are in denial that they are addicted. That's true. That's 100% true. I don't think people sit back and evaluate enough and be like, okay, look, yeah. That's because they're too in the moment, because it feels so good. They're not looking at like the other shit. Like, they're not looking at it from that aspect. And if somebody be like, yo, look, you need to chill out, you smoking too much, then they'll probably get offense to it. And, you know, I just think drugs as a whole, I don't know, man. I'm thinking, like, if they had crack in the 80s, 90s, 70s, and it was bad, and crack is worse than weed, and then we got weed that is just taking over our generation, like my friend said, generational, like, this is our generation's crack. That's what this Mary Jane is in this day and age. What's going to happen later on in 2040? What are my kids going to be doing? What drugs are my kids going to be doing? Like, what new drug, or how is weed going to be different in the future? Like, because now you got all this za, and it's this, and it's za, and the blah, and the la, and the blah. Then who got the best weed? Who don't got this weed? And your weed is Huff. And then you got the purple weed, and the black weed, and the yellow weed. When did the colors change? Why is there a rainbow full of... It's too much for me, bro. I will say this. If you're going to be a smoker, be responsible with it. If it's affecting your relationship, your life, money, affecting you overall, you need to really just sit back and take a step back. Again, I'm not saying you should stop smoking altogether. I'm just saying reevaluate yourself and see where you are at in your life, and see what you are doing, how it's affecting you. Again, like I said, I smoke from time to time. I do edibles more. Like now, I do edibles probably like on the weekend. Maybe a little bit during the week. Maybe like once during the week. But mainly on the weekends. And not on Sunday nights. Because I don't want to wake up on Monday and be groggy at work. You feel me? Like, no. I'm just saying, like, just think about, you know, what's going on. Think about why you feel like you have to smoke before you do every single thing. Why do you have to smoke before you go eat at this fancy restaurant? Why do you feel like you have to smoke before you go to this wedding? Why do you have to smoke before you go to this baby shower? So even like a basketball game, why do you have to smoke? Like, you gotta think about, be respectful to people around you. Like, you think, like, I would never want to go to my people's house, my family, my dad or whoever really. It's not like weed, bro. That's just me though. That's just me. I don't know like how y'all get down and whatever, but I'm just saying, really reevaluate your life, yourself, like, especially if you really if y'all here going broke for weed. Like, come on, bro. It's not that, like, it's really not that serious. That was what we call a crackhead. That is what we indeed call a crackhead. Like, and I kind of do feel like this generation, they smoke so much, and that's why We have so many idiots and dummies in the world, and people. I don't even want to get into that. But like I said, just be responsible. Just reevaluate yourself. Take a step back. Like just think about it. Like, again, you don't gotta stop smoking all together. Or maybe like once a month you take a week off from smoking. Or you just smoke every other day. Or you just I don't know, man. I'm not saying you're a bad person if you do smoke, if you don't smoke. I'm not saying you have to do drugs. I'm not saying you're a bad person if you do all the hard drugs. I don't care what you do. I'm just saying be safe, and I'm just saying be smart and reevaluate yourself. If you're doing hard drugs and you're wilding out and I don't like it, I simply don't gotta be around you. If you smoking all the time and you slow or you think I don't gotta be around you. I know how to remove myself. So I don't really care what y'all do. I'm just stating my opinions. My followers stated their opinions and I read them off to y'all. And that's just what I feel. It's how they feel. And that's just what we see, what we observe. And that's just that. But it's my podcast, so I'm going to say what I want to say. And that's just reevaluate yourself. Again, I smoke occasionally, time to time. I do edibles every week. But I have a tolerance break. I don't do it every day. I'm not saying be like Ash. I'm not saying Ash is the perfect example. Like, no. I'm just saying, like, just be, if you're going to be anything, be for real. Be for real. Because weed is affecting us in so many ways, whether we want to admit it or not, whether we see it or not, it's affecting us. It is. Slowly, but surely. Like, if you can compare yourself to how you was a year ago and ask yourself, does that have to do with weed? Ask yourself, am I smarter? Am I sharper in the head? Am I quicker on my feet? Thinking things, figuring things out. Like, I've caught myself having a slow moment and I've been like, what the fuck? I'm like, I gotta lay off the edibles. Like, and sometimes I would say it as a joke, but it's like, nah, I know, like, I'm a little slow right now. Like, I gotta stop. You feel me? But that's all for today. Again, if you're gonna be anything, just be true and be for real. Like, and like I said, it's nothing wrong. You know, if you smoke every day, 10 times a day, 4 or 5, okay, that's you. Smoke every other day, okay, that's you too. If you don't smoke at all, proud of you. If you want to try edibles, hit me up. I can help you, tell you everything you need to know, tell you what you should eat, what you shouldn't eat, how you should eat it, when you should eat it, all that. But for real, y'all, I just want y'all to be safe, though. Be safe, especially my friends if y'all watching. Be safe, be smart. I don't want nothing to happen to y'all, but be for real. Just be for real. But I will see y'all next week. Appreciate y'all for watching. Thank y'all, man. Thank y'all again. And shout out to my Finsta again. Y'all really came through with the opinions and giving me stuff to, bounce back and talk about. I really appreciate y'all. So without further ado, I'll see y'all next week. Without further ado, I'm ending the damn episode. Anyway, y'all. Thanks for watching it. Thanks for watching. See, I gotta lay off the drugs. It's like, no. Thanks for watching it, man. Watching it. Thanks for watching. Just thanks for watching. I appreciate y'all. And I'll see y'all next week.